Hello, everyone. I have Sumita Narayan in front of me. She's from UAE. She got certified very recently. She's so excited. I was just checking out, did you sleep well, feel good? Because I know how she was before the examination. It was full tense mode. Okay, before that, we'll just take a look of her certificate and come back. Here we go. Okay, that's Sumita Narayanan. She cleared on 27th of July. So just 3 days back. And she's in UAE, in DHL, and certified. Okay. To get this certificate, there was a, big systematic plan approach. On top of that, a heartbeat going up and down. We should check with her about it. Okay, first thing, great congratulations, Sumita, for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you so much.
Nice, nice. And post this exam, did you feel at least you slept 7 hours, 8 hours, or how is it?
Post the exam, to be very honest, I was pretty excited.
Sleep.
And I was not able to get sleep that day, though I did sleep finally, but now I'm becoming a little more regularized with the sleep pattern.
The day when you clear the exam, the energy level will be so high, you will feel that let me go and stand for America president now. That kind of energy you will get, right? So before exam, how was it? What was your sleep pattern?
Usually when it comes, the normal situation is that the moment I open my books, I start feeling very sleepy. And then slowly, as I started getting the hang of it, the interest started increasing, and then the time that I used to spend for studies also increased, and the concentration levels also slowly started rising. And towards the last 10 days, I must say that the concentration or the energy levels were really, really high, and I really slogged it out at that time.
That's nice. So you took off from your work on the last few days?
Yes, I did take off from work.
Okay, I think that's important, right? Taking off will make you a little more focused on what you want to do.
That's right. I will definitely agree to that. And fortunately, we also had Eid break. So, it helped to increase the duration of leave that I had when I could prepare.
Okay. I think you planned it already, I believe.
To some extent, yes, I did plan it that way. Because otherwise, during normal working days, it's a pretty high pressure job. And by the time I come home, I'm pretty tired, and there is not much that I'm able to do.
You have to go office now? No work from home?
I go to office.
Oh.
But sometimes if I have the option, like if there's a need or something, I stay at home and work. I do have the facility of working from home and, using the VPN connections.
I understand.
I prefer to go to work, and, I like that office ambience and atmosphere.
That's true. Many people are missing that office now.
Yes.
Okay. So give a little background. Which country you are? What do you do?
See, I am from India. I can say sort of a national integration. I was brought up in Calcutta. And then after marriage, I moved to Bangalore, and my in-laws are from Chennai. I'm Telugu speaking. And my in-laws are based in Chennai. They're also Telugu, but based in Chennai. So, and then I have my family and relatives all over India.
Okay. So now which place you are?
My primary base, my in-laws, as I said, that, they are in Chennai.
No, you are where you are working. Which place you are working? Which
right
country?
now, I'm working in Dubai, in UAE.
That's very important. We know Kolkata, we know Bangalore. So where you work is very important, because I just want to understand the background. Why? Because how the nature of job there for the managerial role. Before I go there, in Dubai, what is your role? What kind of role you play?
See, currently I'm working as a quality control and lead specialist.
Okay. That's interesting. So how come this thought came up? I know in UAE management is pretty interesting. People prefer MBAs, or they prefer kind of a reputed certificate from like PMP or Prince 2. This is all in the list. But how do you came to know about it?
It's a very interesting story. It started off sometime, I just thought sometime last year around September that I wanted to do some kind of a diploma course in project management. I was handling projects. I wanted to know little more and be more structured. So I had approached one of the institutes, and they planned the schedule, and then it got postponed. Then it got postponed again, and then it got cancelled. By then, my frustration levels increased because now I wanted to do it. Then incidentally, at the same time, I saw an ad in Dubai from an institute saying that there is a course, and they are giving it at 50% discount training module and all this. I said, okay, not bad. And the price difference between this PMP course and the diploma course I was planning was about 500 dirhams, which was not much. And I felt that it was much more value for money. And I said, okay, I'll take it. But at that point of time, I was not really in for what it is. And why was this 50% discount really being offered? Because it was in the month of November. Okay. It was only after I joined, we were told that the curriculum is changing in January.
It's a shocker for you.
It is definitely a shocker, and then I said that, okay, if the curriculum is changing, you just have to study and, at least try for the exam. I said that after having done so much, I would definitely like to get a certificate.
Right.
So then, of course, I tried in December. You can imagine, the time difference is very less. By the time I have completed the classes, submitted my assignment for approval and taking the exam, there's hardly much time for me to really study. And I obviously, I did not really clear. But that thought remained in my mind that, now I should make it happen, I should think. And I knew that the curriculum was changing. And that's when, there was another friend of mine. I mean, we were classmates. Shiva, as you might be knowing, he told me about Sri Learning.
Okay.
So he said that, you can just join one of the classes and see how you feel. And then if you want, you can join. And I knew that, with Agile and, there's so much of IT related thing that people talk about when it is project management. There's a perception that, it's a very IT kind of a thingy. So then I said that, no, I think I definitely need some coaching classes, and I joined. That's how I got associated with Sri Learning. And when I reflect back, I think that sometimes, things which happen, if a not so good thing happens, it is for a reason that it happens, because if I'd passed at that time, I may not have learned what I've learned today. Today I can definitely vouch for the fact that I know a lot more. And I have come to know so many more wonderful people, which I would have missed if I had just, cleared at that time. And okay, I would have got that certificate, but that sense of accomplishment, what I have now, I'm not sure I would have had it at that time.
That's a big word. So happy to know that someone life is so interesting now. Good to know. Good to know. So which month batch you came on for the?
I came in the April batch.
April batch. So that is our third batch after the curriculum changed. And were you able to catch up in the classes? Were you able to follow things?
Yes, I was quite comfortable with the classes. I did not have any problem as
Right.
such.
Because the classes happens on Saturday, Sunday. Saturday will be working day for you.
No, we had classes on Sunday. I had Sunday. I had office. We have off on Friday and Saturday.
Friday. Okay, right. So only one day you will have a trouble on that. Okay, nice to know. Things moved well. And how you thought this date to go for exam? Did you plan the date early, or it is you planned on the fly?
I had a sort of a date in my mind, and I did make the vision board which you had suggested. I put the vision board, then I put the agile values, and I put the agile principles, and I kept it actually near the God. Every day you pray, I cannot miss that. So I'm definitely going to see that, and yes, that definitely had me having the direction, and even my family members were able to see that I'm looking at it. I was looking at it, and they are also looking at it.
So the spiritual room where you have your vision date. You have
Yes.
agile principles also there.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. So, which book you prefer reading?
I read Rita
Hmm,
and
nice.
a bit of Pembroke, depending on, when I had to refer.
Hmm,
And that was the primary book and then I read the Agile Practices.
very good.
These
Very
were
good.
in terms of the book reference, these were the two books
Right, right.
that I
And you went Proctor exam.
uh,
I mean, not center based.
no, I went for center based.
Center base you went. Okay. So how far it is from your home to center base?
It's not very far. It was about 4 kilometers, so it was
Are
5.
they asking to wear the mask kind of?
You were asked to have the mask on in the sense that you have it and you can just bring it below your thing so that it's on. In case somebody objects, that is, if there are other people who are taking exam, in case they had any objections, we had to put the mask on. But fortunately,
No one objected.
it was not
Okay.
really required.
Okay. So slowly it's going down because last month or before that, people taking from UAE or Canada, they're telling that they have to wear all the time, which is a little suffocating to sit and read for 4 hours.
Yes, it is a little difficult, but we are quite used to it. Even in office, I'm wearing the mask most of the time. And also, apart from that, most of us are vaccinated.
Hopefully. That's great. Good news. Good news.
So yes,
Great.
so we are sort of, and our company had also had a drive to ensure that all the employees get vaccinated. They had taken a lot of initiative to ensure or to
Nice.
support, I would say. They did not make it mandatory, but
Mm. Got you. Got you. Super. So when you clear the exam, I was hearing a voice with a lot of emotions. So why such emotion for this exam?
um,
Don't
it
know.
or to be very honest, I was not I didn't expect that that level of emotion would really get into me, because when I heard the result, there was a happiness, and there was a sort of a lump in my throat which was constantly coming, that I really made it. And for me, what was the most concerning, or something which was really causing me anxiety, was that the people around me seemed to be way more confident that I'm going to clear it than myself. And the other part was that the more I was reading, I used to think, oh my god, how little I know. It was the other way around. Usually people say, okay, you're constantly reading, your knowledge is gaining. I'm gaining knowledge, but at the same time I'm feeling as if I have so much more to learn and so much more to go. So that was something which was there was a sort of a sense of responsibility, that when people are having an expectation, and they are sort of looking up to you, and then am I going to really fall below that, or I'll not be able to live up to it, was causing greater anxiety to me than anything else.
Pressure. It's putting
Yes,
implicit pressure.
yes.
I've heard this kind of voice, like when someone clear the exam, they will dial, but they cannot talk. You can hear only the breathing sound. So same way I felt with you. You couldn't speak up. You're so stuck there. We know that this exam is one of the interesting exam where till the last button you don't know whether you clear the exam. It'll be like the thrill will be there. The last scene of the movie, you will still have the thrill. Nice, nice. How do you manage your timing in the exam hall? 60, 60,
uh,
60.
uh, since there were 3 segments,
Hmm.
I sort of followed your guidance, or I noted on. They had given us a paper, not a paper, a writing pad, where we could make some notes. So I had written down, how much time estimated. So I had segmented 90 minutes, 70 minutes, and 70 minutes. And I planned that how much that much time will be for every 20 questions, so that I'm not constantly looking at the watch. For every 20 minutes I was going and checking. The first segment I finished in 90 minutes.
Hmm.
Then I took a break. And then second segment, I took a little more than 80 minutes actually. So by the time it was the third segment, I knew that I had about 57 minutes like that. And I knew that 7 minutes, 60 questions was not going to be very easy. And, you know, whenever you start the first segment, the next segment, it takes a little extra time to do the next 2, 3 questions kind of thing. So I started losing time. Then I just had to speed up. I would say that I became faster at answering the questions, and that's it.
So you picked up the speed later. Okay.
Yes.
That's quite good. That's quite good. So what kind of things, in the sense, in exam you had a trouble? I mean, tough area. These areas were pretty tough for you, subject wise, or maybe schedule related or agile related. Where you found it a little tough?
Honestly, I did not feel anything like that.
All very easy, straightforward.
Mm.
That's good, right? Because usually people get a little trouble in the hybrid model, questions getting to hybrid, where it was a little tough for them to answer the question, or something going a little deep into agile. How do you find agile questions there? By the way, are you working in agile environment already?
Not see, for us it's a mixed kind of an environment, and I'm not into that kind of a project management kind of a profile which I hold. However, we handle projects in terms of, if I give you my own experiences, I manage a lot of performance improvement activities, and also I manage the audits, whether it be an external audit, you know, planning for the entire external new certifications being done, or
Okay.
if you know, the internal audits which is being done, which you really need to plan and go in a pretty systematic way. So if I try to put what I've learned into this, I would say that there are many components which really fit into it. And even my entire studies, if I think about it, it's like a project management, you know, where I started off with the initial predictive method. Okay, you know, I'm going to go systematic. Then I realized that, oh, you know, this is not really working out. And I said that let me go bit by bit. Then I went into the incremental mode that, okay, you know, I'll read the first chapter and the second chapter. Then I felt, no, you know, the fourth chapter is not very exciting right now. Now let me read the 9th chapter and then come back. And then I felt that, you know, it's not, chapter is not very easy to read, you know. So I said that let me do the questions first and then go to learn. So it was a bit of an iterative, and then finally I realized that, okay, you know, it's basically a mix of everything.
Good. So you have that agile principle applied in your learning process, huh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Iterative, incremental.
Yes.
Okay.
And even in office, it really happens, you know, that nothing really works the way you really want it to work.
Nice.
Then you have to find different ways of ensuring that you make it happen, and you know, you have the deliverables at the end. So that was definitely me.
Nice, nice, nice. Usually in the classes, last year when I take classes, I will have a little flavor of agile, and I'll tell an exam agile is not going to come. So people don't bother; they just listen to that. Okay. But now in the classes, I have hundreds of people joining, and majority will be non-agile people. So now I have to stress the button, agile is going to be the exam. So people get immediately tense. Oh my God, how it's going to be. Of course, in the classes, the toughness is people don't know anything about agile. They are going to listen. There are people who know agile very well. They're going to listen. So it'll be gap between the both. But later I found people don't know agile pick up faster than the people who say they know agile. That's a wonderful thing happening now. I'm getting people from manufacturing, construction, and different industry. They are doing amazing job in agile. Whereas the people who climbed, they know agile for 3-4 years, they are still in the ground level because some of the baggage they carry not allowing them to learn. Whereas the people who come fresh, who don't have any baggage, they're free mind, they learn fresh and just they rock the show. So
Yes.
that's a new trend I'm seeing. I feel IT guy is going to have a tough time going forward as people from other domain going to switch to IT. They're going to take over the manager role. IT guys has to pick up fast. If not, they can't survive. Because the way I'm seeing in the last 6 months, PMP has shaken the market. PMP has brought in agile, non-agile, hybrid, which other certifications are not covering properly. These are the guys go deep. I believe you observed, right? Leadership,
Yes.
they'll go deep.
Yes.
Anything I take, they'll be going broad, deep. After learning this, you'll feel like you completed an MBA certificate. Right.
Yes, and I will agree with you that I did not have, I came from a, not that kind of a project management background and all that. And I also found Agile very interesting. And surprisingly, when those, the daily 5 mark questions would come, 5 questions to answer would come, it I would do it pretty good compared to the daily 10 mark question which would come from the PMP. I would say, what is this? I'm doing Agile questions better than the others.
That's the observation I got recently. The Agile is being rocked by. I took some of the interviews. All these people are from manufacturing industry, from Germany or India. Some are from construction. Telling that Shriram, I'm loving Agile, man. I'm going to do Agile. I said, wow, this is interesting. Nice to know. Great. So now, if you want to give some tips to the people who have anxiety like you, who feel the pressure, who trying to read the question, but the brain is not reading, only mouth is reading. You would have faced that problem, isn't it? You face that problem?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. So if you want to give some points, what will be your points to them?
See, some of the things which I would definitely say is have trust and faith. That is, if your coach or mentor is guiding you in a particular way, believe him. Whoever it is, I would say. In your case, for me, I definitely believed in what you were saying, and I tried my best to follow that. And focus, practice. I would say that it is more of how the number of questions you practice, the practice questions, and whether you are doing your Shri Learning, you're doing from Prepcast, or you're doing from Study Hall. Go through it, and analysis after you have taken the exam, and analyzing whether it's a correct answer, whether it's a wrong answer, is very, very critical. That's where you really learn the why is an answer chosen, and what are the key words that you need to pick up, because initially we don't know how to do that, and sometimes we think in a particular way, but probably when we are looking from either a management or from a leadership perspective, they are thinking in a different direction. And this is where I felt that when you read particularly your PMI code of ethics, and you read the agile principles, the 12 principles, it gives you a very good insight, and you have the exam content outline where it tells you that this is what it really helps you to know how to look at questions, because we have to be quick in picking the answers. The moment you dwell too much vacillating between two answers, that this is correct or this is not correct, you are not the likelihood of you picking the wrong answer is going to be very, very high.
Right? The instinct should be followed. The moment you feel this could be right, choose it.
Just take it. Sometimes you may go wrong. I'm not saying that every time you'll be right, but just go for it. That's what I would say, and just practice.
That makes sense. Okay, great. So what about this one? And I'm going to put the same question. Sometimes you read the question, but you're reading the same question again, but nothing is going in. Do you take a break there, breathe some time, and again do it, or you continue? What do you do there?
Okay, let me split the question into two parts. I'll say that how my behavior was before the exam and during the exam. Before the exam, you feel that you have the time is your luxury. Then you are thinking, dwelling, and then you go to Google, then you read your books and all that, and you take a lot of time and you sort of look for an answer. But in the exam, you may not have that much of time. So you have to look into what is written and start. Check your answers, check what are the possible answers, just go back quickly, look into the question again, and you see if any of the points are linking with the choices given. Just select that and go ahead. And I definitely found Study Hall very, very useful in terms of, I won't say that, the questions are repeated in the exam or something like that, but it gives you a very good way of thinking of, when certain things are given in a slightly vague manner and the choices are given, how do you pick answers?
Makes sense. Okay, that's nice. Good. So did your experience play a role in choosing the questionnaire answers. You have how much years of experience you hold with you?
I have more than 18, 19 years, 20
19 years,
experience.
a solid experience, right? So 19 years of experience. Does it play in the exam hall? Does it help you?
It does. I would definitely say that you are carrying certain things with yourself. You know, there is a tacit knowledge, as we call it. It definitely will have an effect.
True. Fantastic. Great. So that's a good points, good observation. Exam center, smooth, timing was good, 90, 80, and then you managed it. And book reading went with the Rita, and you have a date planned already. You have a vision board that you kept in a spiritual area, and you pray
Yes.
every day to start your exam date. All good. So now, how much credit do you want to give to your family?
My family, definitely, you know, without your family support, it is very difficult to achieve anything. So definitely, I would say my husband and my daughter, I would definitely give them a lot of credit in terms of the moral support which was required, or you know, even the silent support, I would say, because my husband had to watch. You know, we just have got a one-bedroom apartment. So, you know, we have to, you know, I used to study, and, you know, he's also in the same room. So he had to either watch the cricket in the mute mode, or, you know, he had to hear with headphones on, whereas, you know, I would have the classes and everything on without.
Oh,
So that was definitely something that he had to, you know, put
I
up with.
understand.
Yeah.
So our weekend classes would be bugging the whole home. Lot
Yes,
of sound.
absolutely. Absolutely, you know, they have to be silence, and you know, I had to tell, you know, you cannot make noise here, you know, don't do this. The class is going on. And then, you know, my daughter will, you know, my daughter is also studying, and she would ask me, you know, Ma, have you finished this chapter? You have written in your board, you know, that you're going to finish it. Have you done this? You know? So I have somebody tracking me even at home.
Okay, people to follow there. Nice to know. Good. So family support is very important. I was specifically asked because this kind of course needs a lot of moral support, where sometimes you feel good mood, sometimes you don't feel good. You written a practice test, you thought you will get 70, but you'll get only 55. So
Yes,
that the whole day your brain will be, will I go? Is it the right decision? Did I put $500 in the right place or the wrong place? So
yes,
all these things
those,
running in my mind.
yes.
Yeah, I agree. Good.
And also our Sri Learning group, which we had, really was a great inspiration and motivation. Seeing, you know, every day, you know, somebody is passing and, you know, getting above target, and, you know, this person is putting questions in those things. You know, this was pretty motivating and inspiring. You know, that okay, you know, that even, you know, if my classmates have cleared it, even I need to clear it. So that was definitely very good.
Yeah. It's a kind of silent pressure. At the same time, it is good also. Make people
Yes,
feel encourage each other. That one thing I found in this group is people support one another.
yes,
They don't hide and read. They share the knowledge.
yes,
I can see that openness. I think people are moving towards giver mindset more than a taker mindset. We spoke on the class, right? Givers, takers,
yes,
matchers.
yes,
I think slowly people are moving, not thinking as a takers, rather being a giver. Right?
yes.
In leadership, that's what we talk. Be more a giver than a taker. Life gets better. That's quite interesting. Do you have a habit of writing?
Oh, yes, I'm a very notes taker. Like even in the class, when you used to take the classes, I
Okay.
would take down the note. You know, I would write it down, or, you know, sometimes I will just take a picture of that, and then, you know, write down some very important thing which has been told in the class. Because those
Nice.
were some notes which I would refer to before the exams.
Your children don't make fun of you when you take notes in the class.
Um,
You become an inspiration for them, huh?
Yeah, nowadays many people, they don't take notes. I know, because they feel that, you know, there's a video recording and all that. But
We won't go back.
I prefer to write.
See, there are
I
many
prefer
people.
to write, and, you know, keep certain things. You know, even if I'm copying the same text from the book into my notebook, I prefer to read it from my notebook. And then, you know, I would also keep some flashcards where, you know, I will keep those small cards. And if there's some important points, or, you know, wrong answers, I would write down, you know, what is the theory behind it, and, you know, what is the answer for it, and, you know, keep those as cards. because otherwise, flipping through so many pages sometimes will be, because you have already created so many notebooks, writing, and you start missing out on important points. So when I have those cards, it was very useful.
Nice. That's great. A lot of valuable inputs from you. I really appreciate the efforts happened. Viewers, I'm sure you're all enjoying watching this video, and Sumita has put a lot of effort. It's not easy. We were watching with her how closely she is preparing. Some ups and downs were there, but one thing I observed with her is pretty consistent. She'll be very systematic, writing the points, listening. If you say, Sumita, you have to do these things, she'll note down, do point by point, and come back. Shriram, I did these things. So it gives responsibility to you before you tell something. You have to be clear what you're going to tell because she's going to write down and follow. So that's a good thing I found with her. Good learning from you, Sumita, for most of us. And I'm sure your success will help another few set of people.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Shriram, and also Rahul, for all your, constant support, which was again, another factor which enabled, the success. So, and of course, our group, or the group in which I was there, they were brilliant. And there were some of the team members, I can also say, Yatish and Shiva, who actually came forward to, support me and help me. And when I was feeling a bit low, they said, don't worry, you're going to make it, just
Right.
They had more confidence in me. That's what I said, that, they had so much of confidence in me.
Right. Good to know. So that's a good thing with the group, I believe. So you can give a yo for your group, right? April batch.
Yes.
Okay, great. Once again, thanks a lot for coming up here, and congratulations again for this wonderful achievement. And we would expect you to apply this in the job. That's very important.
Yes.
And over a period of time, this should help you as a great leader in the organization.
Yes, right. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Superb. And great. Thanks a lot, viewers, all watching this video. Give your likes and comments to Sumita for her wonderful achievement. And as I said in the beginning, she was emotionally stuck when she cleared that exam. If you want to feel that, you have to clear the exam. Then only you'll know that. Until then, you can understand it. When you write that 4 hours, when you click the last button, you see the word congratulations. Before you realize, you will see something stuck in here. You will feel it. That's a good joy feel, and you have to enjoy that. So go ahead, crack the exam, and let us know what happened in your exam. Good wishes all. And again, good wishes, Sumita. Thanks for coming up here. Keep rocking more.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And all the best to whoever is going to take the exams, or, aspiring to become PMI professionals.
Great. Nice. Good. Thank you.